So guys, welcome to a new video, and today I'm going to be working on my Culloch lawnmower. So let's get into it. So I've just anchored the lawnmower up. You don't always have to do this, you can prop it up with a bit of wood or something. Always make sure to disconnect your spark plug if you're doing anything on the lawnmower, and keep the lead well out of the way, so there's no way that engine will start when you're looking underneath. So what we're working at underneath. So as you can see, the engine brackets have completely sheared on this lawnmower. They're completely knackered. There was a temporary job done on it, and the deck is completely split. You can't see it under this paintwork because this paintwork has kind of come up away from the actual frame itself. And obviously this is all flaky as well, so that's going to be worked on once we get the engine out, but have to get out first. So what I'm going to do is drain the oil out of this lawnmower. It was changed regularly. When I first bought this last year, I got it, and the oil is still perfect on it, but I just want to get it out of it, because what's happening is, even though I'm tilting it the right way so there's no oil leaking out the filter, it's still leaking out of it. So what I'm going to do is just drain the oil out of it. Obviously never start your lawnmower without any oil, but I'm not going to start it, don't worry. I'm just going to drain it out, so then I can work on it without worrying oil getting everywhere, because what happens is it goes into your exhaust or it goes into your carburetor, and what happens is it starts choking it, just get proper air, smokes like fuck. So yeah, it's just kind of annihilating one problem. So underneath, most lawnmowers have them. There is a sump screw. It's here. It's here on this one. Sorry, I'll put on the camera, the light, and you'll actually see something what I'm talking about. So if I move the blade, so over here, this little thing here, that's your sump. That's your sump. Now to locate it, obviously some of them are bolts or something. It's mostly just the end of a socket wrench that runs on it. So there's your socket wrench there, and that fits on there. So I've just went ahead and loosened off the sump screw as it's coming out. I'm going to try and get that ratchet end a bit more help. I'm just putting that sump screw in a bit further, so actually then, yeah, when the oil comes out, I'm able to catch the sump screw. Well, hopefully the oil will actually run into the, just make sure it's in line. I know it's not an oil pan, it's only a jar, glass jar, but anyway, I can only catch that. I'll catch it with my hand, and it's off, as you can see. It's about there. Right. Okay, oil is running, as you can see. Spilled a little bit, not too much. Oh, there's a lot of oil in that, so there was. But let that drain. That'll take a minute or two. Oh Christ, it's filling up pretty quick. I'll get another tank quick. So luckily, I don't think it's gonna overflow, thankfully. As you see, it's good honey kind of coloured oil. It's not black actually. I'm going to analyse it a bit better. It looks black in here, but I'll bring it out into the sun and you'll see it. I'm going to tilt my lawnmower a bit more further, because all the oil, as much as it's gone down to the sump, if you even it out, it will flow a bit more better into it. So I'm just going to let that, keep that draining, and yeah, we'll check it now in a minute. So I've let that oil, still dripping, a bit more left, but as you can see, it nearly filled up the jar. There was quite a lot of oil in that, but so yeah, I'm gonna just put the sump screw or sump bung back into the sump. Always put it in by hand, because these are very fine thread, as you can see, and they ring easily, and that's the last thing you want ringing, because that'll mean if you ring this, it's going to start leaking, and then your engine is, yeah, she won't be using oil, she'll be leaking oil. That's not good. But anyway, I'll get this back on, and yeah, I'll show you what I'm doing. Because now that the oil is drained out of it, I can actually work on it a bit better. I'm also going to have to take the fuel out. It's a full tank of fuel in it. So then we can actually start working on getting that blasted screw off. So yeah, that's the sump bung back on. So now I'm just gonna put put the oil in a safe place. I might just take the tank off completely and then pump the fuel back into a canister, and I'll keep the carburetor off. It doesn't need to be even on this lawnmower for the minute. It's only a couple of bolts, so you know it comes off pretty handy. See, there's none underneath it. I'll drop it down now and take the carburetor off. So I'm going to take the tank out. This tank on these particular lawnmowers, the Briggs and Stratton, when they have this particular setup, luckily, like, you can take the full tank off without having to disconnect any major pipes, because it's not like a tank where it's beside and then it runs down to the carburetor. The carburetor is kind of half in, half out in the tank, so like it comes off in one piece. I don't think I'll have to go near the springs. Luckily enough, the springs can stay where they are. Actually, we'll have to take off these springs, so I'm going to just always take note of where your springs are. It's the biggest pain to try and put them back together, and then their lawnmower's not running right and you're panicking which way to right. So I've fuel tanked off, I've drained the oil out of it, and it kind of comes apparent what's wrong with this. As you can see, the cut was actually hiding. Don't mind the chains in the background, that's a neighbour. That's the split in the deck. So all in there where the engine bracket should be is cracked here, it's cracked here, and it's cracked the far side. So this really is needing some work, and what really drew the bottom line was when it started shaking itself to bits and went, hold on here, I can't keep using this like this. So as you can see, there's a lot of oil residue. That's all oil. That's from it leaking when I had it turned. Even when it was turned on the right side, it was still leaking out of the blasted thing. So I just drained the oil out, and that eliminated that problem. And then I've fuel tank off, so there's going to be no fuel leaks. So now what I have to do is take it outside, and hopefully I can see if I can try and get this blasted nut off underneath. So I'll see you outside. So I don't have it off yet, but I think I'm getting somewhere. I'm after, as you can see, I have a chain running around, and that's just to hold the blade in place. I've baited on a 16. I had to file the edges as they were all wrung, and then I whacked, and then I just used some leverage, and I've seen some movement in it. Now hopefully that is what I'm looking for, and I might just show you. But I'm getting there, and hopefully I'll be getting this off. But just goes to show some of the troubles you can have, and this is with some machines. Now this bolt is surprisingly big, and I hope that the treads are alright in it, because the looks of things, it might have been fixed at one stage or tried to get off, and they must have been ringing it the wrong way, and that's why it was so ridiculously tight. Now I did get a slight turn in it, so I'm going to have to try and redo the bar again and do it again and see what will happen. So yeah, just a bit of an update. So that's all that needed. As you can see, the treads are beautiful actually in here, but yeah, Christ, the trouble I had getting this bitch off. That's her. It's a brand new bolt anyway. Get this off, and now I can finally get my engine out. Hello guys, welcome back to the Culloch restoration. Well, I've had to find out these little covers can come off. I don't know if both sides come off, but I think just one side. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, the wheel seems to be coming out, so I've never actually taken these off or found a way to get them off, so it's great that we're finally getting them off. So as you can see, that's the inner wheel. It's a sprocket wheel. There's your drive. I think there's a spring there, runs on the shaft. There's no play in that, thankfully. But that's the wheel off anyway. Still have to try and get into this mechanism here to try and get this, remove the whole back axle off this, so I can actually just work on the deck itself. So guys, as you can see, I've stripped down the deck a little bit. I'm starting to see where the rust is, and underneath as well, and it doesn't seem to be the best deck. This probably is the worst deck I've ever had. Well, I'm not going to say anything, touch wood anyway. So as you can see, the main frame is completely shot. As you can see, there's that many holes. It's like a sieve. Around here, it's very weak. So the plan is this. I might be cutting this up into three halves. So I'm going to cut from the back, because there's a lot of these holes that I don't want to have to remake. Because I was thinking of even making just an entirely new deck, but that'll take too much. That'll take a lot of messing and stuff. So what I might do is I'm going to actually cut a section because it's actually good here, forward. So I'm going to cut right around, then to the back. I'm going to cut back again like this. So I'm going to replace the center all around here. This is all going to be replaced, and we'll see. Some parts of it is strong, like along here is not too bad, but on the inside it's pretty flaked and stuff. You can see this is a bucket I've been sweeping, and a lot of that, there's lots of solid bits of metal. As you can see, there's lots of solid pieces, and that's the solid rust. So I'll show you the underneath of it. So as you can see, that's where the engine mount cracked, and the crack just kept going and going. So from here, maybe I might just cut, because you can see it's like a sieve, but it just gets really rotten very quickly. So the plan is just to cut, because this dish can be reproduced, remade. And what I'm going to do then is re-weld it back together. I'll have all the holes that I need for rebuilding it, such as the grommets that hold on the axles and the bits and pieces. They'll all be saved. I'm also going to be remaking these stickers. These stickers are going to be remade. I know a person who can make stickers for me, so I'm going to get them measured out and know what I'm going to get. The other stickers are fine. So the main McCulloch sticker on the front and one on the side is perfect. They're okay. So I've put the axles away. The axles are in the shed. They're all back together, and the rest, the assembly, just here, just the grommets from the wheels, covers, the back tailboard, or the back guard, I should say, the adjustment arm, and then there's the spring. So yeah, that seems like an order. So hopefully next installment I'll be working this down, getting it somewhat rebuilt, and hopefully then we see if we can get a bit of primer on it. So yeah, right, I'll see you in the next one, guys, and we'll see what story is with the deck. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video today, guys, and if you did, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. The channel is really growing, and thank you to all those people who have subscribed. Really appreciate it. And yeah, comment down below if you have any suggestions or if you liked it. And yeah, stay safe, guys, and mind yourselves. And thanks for watching.